the show is about to begin. Now, the man who exhibited King Kong's little brother, Ping Pong, Professor Anton Griffin.
Greetings and creatures, and welcome back to Griffin Manor and my eerie late-night sideshow of the macabre designed to scare the yell out of you. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. A performance, a movie, an absolute dream directed by the B-movie master, Roger Corman. C, Dick Miller's first performance as the infamous Walter Paisley. C, the prototype for the infamous Little Shop of Horrors. C, a pathetic loser become a beatnik subculture genius using murder as his canvas and death as a brush. Join us, night creatures, as we enjoy Roger Corman's A Bucket of Blood. Let's begin. Greetings, Usher. Oh, hello, night creatures. Apparently my other assistant, Dan-Dan, has not yet come up from the tunnels underneath Griffin Manor. Usher, do me a favor, go down below and fetch Dan-Dan, bring him up here for the show.
You should have a bell installed.
Bell. Good idea. Well, while Usher is doing that, night creatures, let's talk about Roger Corman's A Bucket of Blood. It was the year of horror, 1959, and American International Pictures, known for their drive-in sci-fi horror films, produced this wonderful shocker directed by their supreme director, Roger Corman. And in it tells the tale of a nebbish busboy named Walter Paisley, played by Dick Miller. Now, Walter serves as a busboy at a beatnik art cafe, and he longs to become one of these poets, these artists who he serves on a daily basis. But poor Walter has no talent, you see. But then, one day, an accident with a cat propels him into fame and fortune as a sculptor. But, like House of Wax and the earlier Mystery of the Wax Museum, something sinister lurks underneath Walter's clay. Well, that's enough of a tease for now, night creatures. Let's get into the first part of this fabulous film, this way. There's lots to do tonight, night creatures. Lots to see. We'll talk about Dick Miller, American International Pictures, and we'll learn all about Mr. Roger Corman. But for now, let's dim our lights and prepare to dip our paintbrushes into a bucket of blood. And I'll see you all a little later.
I will talk to you of art, for there is nothing else to talk about. For there is nothing else. Life is an obscure hobo bumming a ride on the omnibus of art. Burn gas buggies and whip your sour cream of circumstance and hope. And go ahead and sleep your bloody heads off. Creation is. All else is not. What is not creation is graham cracker. Let it all crumble to feed the creator. The artist is. All others are not. A canvas is a canvas. Or a painting. A rock is a rock or a statue. A sound is a sound. Or is music. Is a preacher or an artist. Where are John, Joe, Jake, Jim, Jerk? Dead, dead, dead. They were not born. Before they were born, they were not born. Where are Leonardo, Rembrandt, Ludwig? Alive, alive. Born. Bring on the multitude with a multitude of fishes. Feed them to the fishes for liver oil. Nourish the artist. Stretch their skins upon an easel to give him canvas. Crush their bones into a paste that he might mold them. Let them die. By their miserable deaths become the clay within his hands, that he might form an ashtray or an ark. For all that is comes through the eye of the artist. The rest are blind fish swimming in the cave of aloneness. Swim on, you you maudlin, muddling, maddened fools. And dream that one bright and sunny night, some artist will bait a hook and let you bite upon it. Bite hard and die. In his stomach, you are very close to immortality.
Walter, what are you doing there?
I was looking at Carla's picture.
Why, I pay you to look at pictures? All right, get to work.
I was just looking.
There are empty cups all over the place. Clear them out.
You shouldn't be so rough on him, Leonard.
Hey, say, Walter.
All right. They got cut.
Yes, man. How you making?
Fine, man. How about you? In and out.
Valdez, Vice.
Yeah, LaCroix checking in. Lou took over a couple of minutes ago.
Anything new at the door?
Well, nothing you can pound nails in. A couple of hustlers. One of them short, fat, brunette, named Skinny. The other one was short also. She was bleached and skinny.
Name of Fat.
Probably, I didn't get it. They didn't give any pictures, though. Guess you can keep an eye on them.
Okay, any hits?
Well, Jerry Sachs looked like he was straight. I'm sure he's on it anyway. Didn't see any pushers around the place. Lou said he'd check out on Jerry. He'll sound him out later if he gets any higher. I guess that's about it.
Okay, go on home and get a good night's sleep, you think.
Okay, so long.
This film is a wonderful parody of the beatnik art world, a ridiculous and self-indulgent fad of the 1950s.
Yes, and in particular, Allen Ginsberg and his poetry.
Who?
Allen Ginsberg. Beatnik subculture poet for 1950s. Hydrogen Jukebox Howl? None of the ring a bell? Well, the two of you need help in releasing your artistic side.
What? What about a film we made? Winnipeg of my heart.
Yeah, that was very artistic and very unforgettable.
Yes, like I said, the two of you need help. Fortunately for you, I have brought in an expert to assist. To the stage! Well, my lackeys, you are in luck, because I have brought here to the Midnight Shadow Show, at my own personal expense, my old art teacher from Dark Pillars University, the poet laureate of Transylvania, the greatest artist, poet in the monster world. Night creatures, I give to you, Gravely Snodgrass.
Hey,
Gravely!
the full-on Gravely is here to open up a pathway, to show you the light and the truth in the mind that you're gonna need to understand poetry. And I can positively guarantee you that in a little while, these two are gonna be flying on the wings of poetry. And the man that's gonna take you up in the sky with those wings is Gravely.
Yes.
Can you dig it? I knew that you could.
Mr. Professor, are we being punished?
Dan, think of this as a release.
For your mind,
A trip.
for your soul.
And a way to look inside yourselves and find out what lies deep inside.
It's all about opening up yourself and exploiting your personal feelings for the sake of art.
So, are we being punished?
Yes, you are. All right, let's get back to watching A Bucket of Blood by Roger Corman. Gravely, they're all yours.
First up is poetry. Everyone listen to my new poem. Do you think they really heard it?
I heard it, Mr. Brock.
Thank you, Walter. I'm sure you did.
Bring on the multitude with a multitude of fishes. Feed them to the fishes for liver oil to nourish the artist.
That was word for word.
Is it? I've forgotten.
You mean you don't remember your own poem?
I refuse to say anything twice. Repetition is death.
I don't get it.
When you repeat something, you are reliving a moment, wasting it, severing it from the other end of your life. I believe only in new impressions, new stimuli, new life.
I thought you believed that life is an obscure hobo bumming a ride on the...
I do believe that, Walter, but I also believe creative living. To be uncreative, you might as well be in your grave. Or in the army.
They tried to draft me once. I couldn't pass the test.
Walter, Leonard's looking at you.
He's just about gone. Walter has a clear mind. One day something will enter it, feel lonely, and leave again. Too much.
Yes, cats, yes. If you want to know how beatniks live, William and me will show you. We'll introduce you to some wild ones. You may even discover an artist of your own.
And how much is that going to cost us?
What cost? A couple of bucks. You want to meet some beatniks, don't you?
Oh, no, it's the artist. I'm just crazy about artists.
All that is comes through the eye of the artist. The rest are just blind fish swimming in a cave of aloneness.
Oh, you must be an artist. And working as a busboy, too.
Feed him that he will be satisfied. The artist is. All others are not.
That's most intriguing. Are you a painter?
Well, no, I'm working on something that's not ready yet.
What is it, man? Finger painting?
Hey, draw me a picture of a house, Walter. Make some smoke coming out of the chimney.
I am working on something. I'll show you soon. Walter?
Is he...
Good look, kid. Come on home.
You look awful pale. What'd you have to eat tonight?
I had a salami sandwich, Mrs. Swicker.
Oh, if you were my son, why don't you let me fix you a nice bowl of soup? Won't take but a minute.
Oh, it's okay. I can fix myself something. Besides, I got something important to do.
Say, Walter, did you see anything of Frankie tonight when you went out?
I didn't see him at all.
Well, if you do, tell him I got a nice, fresh piece of halibut for him.
Tell him that? I mean, do you think he'll understand? He's only a cat.
Good night, Walter.
Greetings, night creatures. While Gravy Snodgrass is teaching Dan-Dan and Usher how to be poetic, I thought I'd take you aside and tell you about Roger Corman. Now, Roger Corman, the director of A Bucket of Blood, got his start as an engineer. He was trained as an engineer, something that he says helped him when he made these low-budget films. He was hired as a script supervisor at 20th Century Fox. From there, he was hired by AIP to direct Monster from the Ocean Floor, and they only gave him $10,000. And he did it, and they were very pleased. So they gave him many other projects, like this one, and Teenage Caveman, It Conquered the World. Incidentally, the very next year after this film, in 1959 and 1960, he made Little Shop of Horrors, which is essentially the same story as A Bucket of Blood, just set in a Skid Row flower shop. And then, of course, Little Shop of Horrors went off Broadway in New York, and then was remade into a big musical with Rick Moranis and Steve Martin. Remember that? Now, Roger Corman discovered Edgar Allan Poe in the 1960s and started to produce a series of films based loosely on his works. They all, but a few, starred the great Vincent Price, someone who Roger Corman loved working with. It was Price's heyday at that time, so he was a huge horror star, and Corman did these wonderful Edgar Allan Poe films. In the 1970s, Corman started his own production company, New World Pictures, and he produced, mostly, drive-in films like The Big Dollhouse, Death Race 2000, The Big Birdcage, things like that. Humanoids from the Deep, remember that? This is all Roger Corman's work. Roger Corman had a wonderful gift. He actually cast a lot of people seeing talent way before anyone else knew who they were. Incidentally, Jack Nicholson, Dennis Hopper, Jonathan Demme as a director, Martin Scorsese, Ron Howard, all these people got their start working for Roger Corman. To this day, Roger Corman still produces films with Concord Pictures, his newest production company. Oh, one last thing. Roger Corman wrote a biography called How I Made 100 Movies in Hollywood and Never Lost a Dime. And it's an absolute true story. Wonderful read, Night Creatures, so check that out if you will.
Get the drift? We feature ice-cold drinks at our concession.
Hurry, 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 folks. Get your crunchy, chewy, chocolatey candy bars now at the concession stand.
You like our pizza pies, made from a famous Italian recipe. They're waiting for you at the concession stand. Yes, sir, the hot dogs at our concession stand do rate an appreciative whistle.
Ice cream bars. It's the handy way to enjoy smooth, rich, creamy ice cream. Get some.
Barbecue, barbecue, barbecue. Our barbecue is prepared especially for you. Try our delicious hamburgers. Come and get them at the concession stand.
Now it's Pepsi for those who think young. Think young. Say Pepsi, please.
I eat popcorn. Everybody eats popcorn. She tastes real nice. Get yourself some now at our refreshment stand.
The best defense against candy hunger is a counterattack. plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime. Get more out of life. Come often and bring your family to our drive-in theater. There's plenty of time to treat yourself to something good to eat at our refreshment center. Visit us often and enjoy our screen attractions in the comfort of your own car.
It's showtime.
We managed to take a little poetry out of these two and spread it over some bread of paper, and now we're going to give you a poetry sandwich. And we're about to present those two poems to you from Usher the Woman and Dan the Man. First up, the Lady of the Dam, the Queen of the Night, Usher.
This is a poem entitled For Love of Lee. It's very personal and meaningful to me. For Love of Lee by Usher. I love Christopher Lee, but he doesn't know who I am. I hope and pray that one day he will. For I know if that day comes, we will escape in rapturous gory glory. Blood and Fangs takes me to a place that fills my heart with darkness, and death wears the face of Christopher Lee.
How can you not be moved by the love of a young girl for a very old man?
Hey! He looks great for his age.
Okay, well, next up we've got Moriarty. No, down Moriarty. Next up, we have the man with the mask. He lives underground and he smells like it too. We have
Dandy Dan, Dan the man. Forgive the chains and get ready for the pain of poetry. Dan.
Thank you, Wink. Ladies and gentlemen, my poem today is a piece of performance art that I call Angel Undercover. Crying on my pillow, lonely in my bed. Then I heard a voice beside me, and she softly said, "Thunder is your nightlight. Magic is your dream." And as I held her, she said, "See what I mean." I said, "What?" She said, "Ooh, ooh, ooh, wee." I said, "All right." She said, "Love me, love me, love me. Undercover angel. Midnight fantasy. I never had a dream that made sweet love to me. Undercover angel, the answer to my prayers. You made me know that there's a love for me out there."
Wait a minute. That is not your poem.
Yeah, it is.
That is Alan O'Day's 70s one-hit wonder, Undercover Angel.
Hey, baby, it speaks to me. Can you dig it?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Usher, don't get in the way of the man's poetry. Whether it comes from your heart or somebody else's heart doesn't matter as long as it comes, baby. And it's coming for Dan.
Yeah.
He's cheating!
Oh, yeah. You're just mad because my art was better than yours.
You think I'm jealous? A song that you stole.
Maybe what you need to do, Usher, is go to your room and reflect upon what Mr. Dan-Dan just laid down on us. Then maybe you can come back with a little bit more of a poetry imperative.
You have got to be kidding me. Next time, Daniels.
Yeah, bring it on, Donkey Kong. Squaresville.
Give us some more of those sweet lines, Dan.
Boss, you want to join me?
Well, certainly.
All right, let's do it. All right, 1 and a 2 and
Undercover angel, midnight fantasy. I never had a dream that made sweet love to me. Woo! Undercover angel, the answer to my prayers. You made me know that there's a love for me out there somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Canvas is a canvas or a painting. A rock is a rock or a statue. A sound is a sound or it's music. your nose.
What's the matter, Frankie? How'd you get yourself stuck in a wall? Wait a minute, I'll get you out. Frankie? Frankie? You all right, Frankie? Sorry. Poor Mrs. Swickard. She had a nice fresh piece of halibut for you. I'll give you to her in the morning. Repetition is death, Frankie.
Let them die, and by their miserable deaths become the clay within his hand, that he might form an ashtray or an ark. Pray that you might be his diadem, gold, glory, paint, clay, that he might take you in his magic hand and wring from your marrow wonder.
We're a John, Joe, Jim jerk.
Something. I think you'll like it.
Take that stuff to the laundromat, Walter.
Huh?
Don't mind him. What have you got?
It's a thing I made.
You like it? What you got?
Oh, come look at this, Leonard.
Well, where'd you get that, auction?
I made it.
You made that?
You said I did, didn't I?
Walter, it's very good.
Honest?
Honest.
What's it called?
Dead cat?
Dead cat? That's its name?
Sure.
Well, it sure looks dead enough.
You want to buy it?
Buy it? That thing? Scare people out of the place.
Don't be silly. It's tremendous. Look at the detail. The anatomy's perfect. Look at the expression on its face.
How come you put a knife into it?
I didn't mean to.
Just got carried away, huh? Well, all right. I'll tell you what I'll do.
I'll put it in the corner of the alcove. If it sells, we'll split 50-50, okay?
Sure. Does this mean I'm an artist?
Maybe so. You can do other things as well.
All that is comes through the eye of the artist.
Yeah, you're a real artist now. I go in back and scrub down those garbage cans. March now.
You really like it?
We like it. Now go on.
Did you see my cat?
What's the matter? You losing?
How do you like my cat? You make this thing, man?
It's crazy.
Crazy. You want to buy it? For me, man? I'm tapped. He likes my cat.
Get to work.
Hey, Waller, come here a minute. Hey, congratulations, man.
Walter, you're famous.
I saw your cat.
Did you like it, Mr. Brock?
You may call me Maxwell. Now, how'd you do it, Walter?
Oh, I just took some clay and fixed it up.
Attention. Attention, everyone. As you pass through these yellow portals, I am sure you noticed on your right a small clay figure, and assumed this transfixed effigy to be the work of a master sculptor. And indeed, so it is. That master sculptor is in our midst. He is none other than Walter Paisley, our very own busboy, whose hands of genius have been carrying away the empty cups of your frustrations. Mark well this lad. His is the silent voice of creation. Within the dark, rich soil of humility, he blossoms as the hope of our nearly sterile century. Beautiful, Maxwell. Bring me an espresso, Walter.
That's Maxwell, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Man, you are in.
Oh, Walter, it was wonderful.
Yes. This is my man. Took of everything. Yes. Listen, man, you got a pen? Huh? This is my man.
Hey, Pops, what's happening? Making a big scene for Walter.
Who'd he shoot?
He made a cat. Out of clay.
See you around.
Yeah, later.
Somebody clear this table, please. Will somebody clear this table?
Did you hear them, Mr. DeSantis? They all like my cat.
Yeah, very good. Now, look, Walter, you must be tired. Why don't you take the rest of the night off?
Oh, I don't...
No, you got it coming. Besides, you're creating an incident. When people are applauding, they don't order coffee. So go on home and work on something. Make another cat.
Well, I haven't got another cat.
Just go to the movies. Please, Walter, go.
All right, Mr. DeSantis. Good night.
Good night, Walter.
Walter, wait a minute.
Oh, hello, Naolia.
Walter, I dug it.
My cat?
It was the most wonderful, wildest, like wickiest thing I've ever seen. Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana.
I have?
Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative. You've got a hot light bulb glowing inside of you, and I want to be warmed by it.
Gee, that's nice of you, Naolia.
Walter, take me away from here. Take me away to some cool blue place. Gas me.
I can't. I gotta go home.
Oh, then I'll go home with you.
Oh, no, Mrs. Swickett wouldn't like that. She's my landlady.
Isn't there anything I can do for you?
I don't think so, Naolia.
Oh, Walter, I can't let you just split like this. I've got to do something. I've got to contribute.
You don't have to do anything.
Wait. Wait, there is one thing I can do. one little thing. Don't leave, Walter. I want to give you something. Something that'll make you remember me. Put it in your pocket. Now go, Walter. Don't look back. Just go.
Mr. Paisley? Why, certainly, my good woman. Everybody likes my cat. You want to buy my statue, mister? $10,000? Okay. Gee, I'll be famous. And then I can ask Carla, and she'll say yes. I know she will. You're Lou, ain't you? I seen you down the yellow door plenty. Come on in. I was just making some pancakes. You can have some if you like. Did you see my cat?
Yeah, I saw your cat. I also saw that chick lay these on you.
Oh, that was Naolia. She's a nice girl. She's kind of strange, though. I guess she figures I get headaches or something.
Okay, Walter, who's your connection?
Connection?
Yeah, connection. Who do you score from? Where do you buy your horse?
Horse?
Horse, junk, white stuff, heroin.
Is that what that is? I never seen any of that before. I always thought that was expensive.
Yeah, Walter, that can be real expensive.
Gee, well, wasn't that nice of Naolia to give me that expensive horse?
Walter.
Huh?
Police officer.
Oh, you're like an undercover man.
You're under arrest, Walter.
Under arrest for what?
Possession of narcotics.
For me? What are you talking about?
Walter, I got you cold. Now you just come along quietly.
I didn't do nothing. And Naolia give me those. I didn't ask her for it. I didn't even know it was
all
in
right,
that.
you can tell him that downtown. Now let's go.
I ain't going no place with you.
Walter, do I have to point this at you?
You're gonna shoot me. No, don't shoot me.
Walter, just relax.
No, you're gonna shoot me.
Now, just relax.
No, don't shoot me.
Shut up, Walter.
No, you're gonna shoot me. Don't shoot.
In here.
Noise, Mrs. Swickett? What noise?
Don't tell me I didn't hear a racket. Are you sure you're all alone?
I'm always alone, Mrs. Swickett.
Walter, have you been talking to yourself again?
Well, I guess maybe I have, Mrs. Swickett. Somebody's got to.
Walter, you know, what you need is a girl. But she doesn't have to be pretty. Just so long as she takes good care of you.
Well, I can take real good care of myself, Mrs. Swickett.
Yeah, I can see that. Look at this pad. Terrible. When did you ever clean it up? And when did you change these sheets last? They look like they're alive.
Miss Swickett, I gotta meet some friends in a little while, and I gotta take a shower.
Well, why don't you clean up
if you don't mind. Oh, please,
what's the matter with you?
you, Lou. If you'd have shot me, you'd be mopping up my blood now. I can't help it if I got scared and hit you. I didn't mean it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't know you had it in you, Walter. How'd you do it? Oh, I just took some clay and fixed it up. Go home and make something, Walter. Make another cat. But I haven't got another cat.
No, nobody seems to know where he went. Why don't you put an alert out on him, and I'll check on him from here. Okay, right.
And the killing of his own child. The jury found him guilty, and the hanging judge, he smiled.
And dig the fuzz. What do you suppose they wanted? You, man. You.
Hey, maybe they're looking for old Walter. He's a criminal type. Ain't you, Walter?
Sorry, Mr. DeSantis.
Oh, that's all right, Walter. Sit down. Sit down. Greetings, man.
I'm not supposed to sit with the customers.
Now, why shouldn't you sit at the table, Walter? After all, you're a big artist now. A true creator above mere mortals.
What's the big idea?
Idea? I was just telling Walter the truth. Man wanted to pay me $100 for the cat. In fact, he's taking it home to show it to his wife. Proves that I underestimated Walter's ability. His work has enormous realism. You can hardly tell it from the real thing.
Well, that sounds like a real put-down.
Get off Walter's back, Leonard.
Why on his back?
You're not very funny.
I'm not trying to be. Walter, what are you going to make next? A dog, maybe. Or a bird. How about a few dozen cockroaches from your room?
Hey, man, why don't you make an elephant?
I got a new one.
Great. What is it?
It's a full-length, life-size figure. Crazy. What is it called? Murdered Man.
When do we get to see it?
Oh, anytime.
Hey, that's a pretty far-out name for a statue.
I saw a statue once. It was called The Third Time Phyllis Saw Me, She Exploded.
Now, what kind of a statue was that?
I don't know. It was made out of driftwood and dipped in fluoric acid. It's very wild.
What's wrong, Leonard?
Nothing at all.
It's the food in this dump.
Oh,
man, you should try the Sorrel sewer. They got wheat germ bagels. Too much. Excuse me, please.
I think he really is sick.
So who isn't?
Sanders, I've been trying to get to you all evening.
Gotta make a call. Gotta call Lieutenant Valdez.
Listen, I was wrong about my wife. She wants that cat after all. Do you hear me? I'll give you that $100 for the cat.
I can't talk to you just now.
All right, then, $200. No. No. $300 and that's tops.
$300 for the cat?
I know I'm going out of my mind, but I've been collecting art pieces all over Europe for years. And this boy, Walter Paisley, has got it. I want to buy his first work, and to make very sure that I get it, I'll pay you $500. $500 for the cat, and the first look at his next stuff.
Someone has the cat just now, but I'll have him back in a few days. Then you can have it for the $500.
Oh, thank you, sir. I think I've made a bargain. Call me when you're ready. Good night.
Walk behind and saw the
Larry. Feel better? Listen, I'm going over to Walter's later after the place closes to see Murdered Man. You feel up to coming along?
The rope was fixed around his neck and a washer behind his ear. And the prison bell was tolling, but Tim Evans didn't hear. Saying, go down, you murderer, go down.
Greetings! Well, night creatures, unfortunately that's all the time we have for this week's show, but keep your ticket stubs and come back next week for the conclusion of our exhibition of Roger Corman's A Bucket of Blood. And next week we'll talk about Dick Miller, who plays Walter Paisley. It'll be lots of fun. Oh, incidentally, I wanted to read you this letter that I got on an email. It says, Professor, well, I just discovered your show 2 weeks ago when you ran all those great Hammer House of Horror trailers. That would be Stakes and Hammer that we did. Now my VCR is set every Friday night at 11 o'clock for late night thrills. Thanks for making a truly great and entertaining cable access show. I've told my friends and their VCRs are humming now too. Loved Plan 9. First time I've seen the whole thing. What's next? How about London After Midnight? Cheney's spookiest film. Creepily, Mike Weddington. Well, Mike, I'd love to show London After Midnight. Unfortunately, it's a very lost film. Unless you have it. Anyway, tune in next week and we'll get back to the art lessons that Gravely Snodgrass is teaching Usher and Dan-Dan. I hope those are coming along nicely.
Okay, visualization time. I want you all to be a tree. And not just a happy tree like in the McDonald's playlands from long ago with the fruit pies and whatnot. But in fact, a spooky, scary tree. I want you to think about all the hassles that a tree has to go through. The birds living in your hair. The worms crawling through your roots. The oak wilt on your tongue.
I think I'm gonna lose my lunch.
Trees don't talk. Jeez.
Trees don't put people in the hospital either, but this is gonna be a first.
Yes, they seem to be coming along just fine. So, next creatures, until next time we meet at the Midnight Shadow Show, this is Professor Griffin saying to you all, rest in peace.